Good morning. It's time for Two Guys on Sports. I'm Larry Hazer.
I'm Dick Olson. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Dick. And, well, we got a guest with us in the studio.
Yeah, this is impressive here.
Yes, yes. We have
not only an impressive high school season, but now lately what she's done.
Yes,
it's
yes, indeed.
really impressive. So
All-state, first-team All-state goalie in the state of Wisconsin from Black River Falls Co-op. We welcome in Sydney Magnuson. Good morning,
Hi.
Sydney.
Hi.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. Get that mic right up there. Speak loud.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be talking a little bit about what you did this past weekend, but first let's go back to your high school career. Of course, you're a senior now at Neillsville, but you played on the Black River Falls Co-op hockey team where you've been a goalie and first-team All-State. Pretty impressive this season.
Yeah, I started all 4 seasons, which is pretty impressive as a freshman to start. And then I had a pretty consistent save percentage from freshman year COVID all the way through senior year, which has gotten me a couple awards, which includes like the Jesse Vetter Award, which is best goalie in the state. I was a finalist twice. And then first team All-State, which is I believe it's 2 best goalies in the state, which was an honor in itself.
Yeah. And you mentioned that goalie percentage, and we've been kind of keeping track of that over the years.
We had a weekly talk about it. We kept the Sydney
Yeah.
Sydney stats, and it seemed like it was always right around 92, 93%. So
Yeah, I stayed at a consistent like 93.3% for my 4 years.
I think anytime you get above that 90%,
it's pretty impressive.
that's stopping a lot of pucks coming through
Yeah.
there. So what got you started? I mean, we probably talked about this in the past, but for those that maybe are not familiar with you as
we
a
have
goalie.
a new audience too now.
Yeah,
so
we got a new audience, yes, in the Marshfield area. Whatever got you going in the goalie? I mean, Neillsville really not known for hockey. I mean, they had the youth hockey, but we don't have a high school hockey team. What got you going with goalie?
Well, when I first started hockey, Clark County had a really big program
Yes.
between Granton, Neillsville, and Greenwood and
The
Loyal.
Coyotes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pretty big program. When I was a mite, when I was about like 4, 5, 6, they needed another goalie for the next level up, which was squirts. And so we tried out 3 or 4 kids, and I ended up skating the best in pads. And so they kept me in it, and I ended up falling in love with the game. Eventually, when I moved up out of squirts, moved over to Black River because they had more players and more teams. And then it just kept building up from there.
All right, goalie. That's kind of like being a catcher in baseball. Not everybody wants to do it, but I tell you, when you do and you're good at it, it's an important
Good
part.
ones always seem to stay there.
Right.
And we've seen that, Larry, in baseball, youth baseball. You and I have both seen that, and I think that it's the same thing in both ways.
Right, and
So,
a very important part of the team.
Absolutely.
Especially the goalie
Absolutely.
for hockey. All right, so you moved on here to the Wisconsin Selects team. Let's first find out just how you got onto that team.
So this team is usually a tryout team. You try out either once or twice in the summer, June and August. But this year I wasn't able to try out because I had a hip surgery 2 months prior. But I tried out 2 years in a row, and so the coach remembered me. He emailed me, say, hey, we have another spot. So I joined the team that way. And then the season starts in August, and then we
wow.
go until October or November until the regular high school season starts. And then when that season ends, we start right back up in March and then finish in April.
Okay, and the Wisconsin Select Wisconsin team, you traveled to the Chipotle USA Hockey Girls Tier 2 19U National Championships, and we talked before we went on a little bit about how the whole tournament began, and you guys didn't really start off that well.
No, we opened the tournament Wednesday night with a 2-1 loss against the number 2 seed of the tournament. It was kind of devastating. We didn't play all that well as a team, and I don't think we were really in it. And then the morning after, the coaches had a good talking to us. And then later that day, we won 7-4 against the Little Caesars of Michigan. And then we just kept on rolling from there.
All right, yeah, you kept rolling is right. You rolled yourself right into the championship game on Sunday.
Yeah, against the East Coast Wizards. I love that name.
Of Massachusetts, yes. So what were your thoughts now coming into this game, the big championship game?
So coming into this game, I was about to throw up everywhere. It was pretty nerve-wracking. I've never really been in a championship game in anything. But when we got there, we were just excited to be there. We were proud of ourselves. We're just stoked to play in the national championship at a huge arena. Felt really good. We were all nervous, but we all knew we had to go in and just finish strong, and we did with a 3-0 win. And this team was ranked number 1, so they came out pretty strong. All these girls are from really good boarding schools and prep hockey schools, so it was a really good game.
Massachusetts is a hotbed of college hockey.
Sure.
On the East Coast, it is. It's like Minnesota is in the Midwest. It's just a tremendous hotbed for hockey out there.
So are all these girls basically seniors that play on the 19U team, or?
It's filled with sophomore, juniors, and seniors, mostly seniors.
Okay.
And sometimes you get college freshmen.
Oh, wow, okay. All right, so you're in the championship game, and you come out of there with a shutout performance as the goalie. That had to be pretty special.
Yeah, it was special. I cried after that game. I was so happy.
Yeah.
30 saves is quite a feat in any game because sometimes you just get those stupid bouncing pucks right over your pad or something. But the shots were pretty even throughout the game until the third period. Then I got peppered with 17, and we only got 2 or 3 shots on the other goalie. But we just wanted to secure that win, so we just dumped it into their zone until the time ran out.
Now, we were going to have another young lady from your team that's on your high school team from Black River Falls Co-op, Zoe Hunter, who also did very well in that tournament, scoring a few goals over that period.
Yeah, she was one of our top scorers. We really needed her, and when we did need her, she really came through for us. She's a real go-getter in those corners. She doesn't stop fighting until the whistle blows. It was like that in Black River too, where she was our top scorer, and she was one of the top scorers in the state as well. She was probably one of the best on our team out of like the state too. But she had plenty of assists and goals, which really helped us. And then off the ice too, she was an amazing teammate. She kept us up. She didn't bring anybody down, and when she saw somebody was down in the dumps from a shift, she'd pick them right back up, and we keep on going.
She seems like that kind of a girl. I really haven't met her that much, but from what I've seen, it always seems like she's always on the up and up.
Yeah, she's always got a positive attitude, even when she's frustrated.
Yeah, and that had to be special for you, too, to have one of your teammates from high school on this select team.
Yeah, it was amazing. From everything we've been through, we've kept on digging. And we finally made it to the national championships.
And we should say, and are going to continue on, right? You're both heading to Marion
Yeah,
College
we're both
in Fond du Lac, so.
playing at Marion. Hopefully we can win a national championship there, too.
Wouldn't that be something,
now,
huh?
Is that NAIA over there?
NCAA.
Okay, it is.
It is, okay.
Okay.
All right, cool. I was just going to ask if you were heading out somewhere after school. So besides hockey, what are you going to be getting into at college?
I'm going to double major in criminal justice and data science, and I'm also going to play lacrosse in the spring.
Oh, wow.
Okay, all right.
Okay, that's a new.
So after college, then, what would this education get you into? The police field, or?
Yeah, hopefully something with the law enforcement.
Okay, all right.
Will you be a goalie in lacrosse, too?
No, I'd rather get shot with pucks than get shot with those rubber balls.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on the national championship
thank
there.
you.
And
Tremendous. What a great career you had in high school, and best of luck to you over at Marion too.
Yeah,
You
thank
bet.
you so much.
And we will follow you too. We will keep Sydney stats here too.
You bet. All right. Again, Sydney Magnuson joining us here today on Two Guys on Sports. Again, her Wisconsin select team, along with her teammate Zoe Hunter from Black River Falls, winning the USA Hockey Girls Tier 2 19U National Championship this past Sunday
That was
in
out
Michigan.
Out in East Lansing, Michigan State.
You
too,
bet.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty impressive.
Thanks again for joining us, Sydney.
Yep, thank you for having me.
You bet.
All right. All right, we're going to continue on here. We're talking spring sports. We just talked about hockey here. Of course, that's winter.
The weather's changing, so we are too.
Yeah,
Larry, so.
yes. But there are a lot of spring sports that are going on. And the Neillsville baseball team
Get
had a good one.
A couple games in.
The first one was good. Second one, not so good against
Well,
Auburndale.
A very good Auburndale team because Tuesday night they took a doubleheader from Assumption, I believe, or beat. Maybe it was a single game with Assumption.
Auburndale took a double from Assumption. Yeah.
So very good Auburndale team.
Yes.
And and Osseo Fairchild is not a bad ball club either, Larry.
They have a few injuries right now, I
Right,
understand, on
but,
some key players.
They played Columbus Tuesday night. They beat Columbus, beat them 6-4.
Right.
So, Osseo 14-4 win over Osseo Fairchild should not be overlooked here.
No.
So,
And it didn't hurt that Osseo Fairchild committed 12 errors in that game.
exactly. But that it's first game of the season
Right,
out. But it's the same for both teams.
Right.
But hopefully this is spring now. So
Yeah, hopefully, we're
you
going to
know,
start getting into the swing of
and
things.
The Warriors have a game scheduled Friday up here against Cadott,
Yep.
so it will be interesting. Hopefully, we can get that in. So
Yeah, it looks like nice weather for tomorrow.
absolutely.
So
I said the girls softball team. I don't know if they're scheduled on. I believe they're scheduled against Columbus Friday.
Columbus, yeah.
But the softball fields are very wet up there.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a game against Auburndale as well on
we-
Tuesday and
we,
did not play.
we
Or
had
Monday.
we had our 10Us out on them Tuesday night, and they were still pretty spongy. And,
Pretty spongy.
And the infield too. Infield was very sticky and
And with
so-
some more rain today,
Yeah,
it's
you bet. So that one might be in question, but the baseball, I'm not sure will be a goal on
yeah,
Friday.
yeah.
So.
All right. So and speaking of baseball, Columbus Catholic off to a pretty good start.
You bet.
Baseball.
Absolutely. Yeah, they doubleheader win last weekend against, I believe, Leona Wabino and Prentice, I
Yeah.
believe. So, and put some pretty good run totals up. So
Yeah, they're unbeaten on the season right now.
You bet. So it's just what we thought they'd be.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who was that one coach in the NFL that said that time for the Cardinals?
He used to coach for the
For the Vikings,
Vikings
yeah.
too, Denny Green.
Denny Green, when he
Yeah.
said we knew what we knew who they were. that always came up all the time. All right, track and field. They're getting into the outdoor season now.
Absolutely. Tonight, the Warrior track teams are heading up to Gilman.
Yep.
And there's been a few early bird. I don't know if you'll call them early bird, but there's been 2 or 3 meets around. So that'll be a good one. And it's been a long time, really, since the boys have been out on the track. So
Yeah,
anywhere.
right.
So,
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So it'll be good to see them. And this will a lot of conference teams there, so they should figure out what their standing will be in the conference too. Pretty good too. So
Yeah, they had one on Aliva Strum on Tuesday, and we talk about Izzy Sonnentag all year round.
Yeah.
And now she won first in the 100, 300 meter hurdles, and the long jump.
Yeah, she's just
From
an
Cadott.
excellent athlete.
Yeah.
Excellent. Like I said, state champion wrestler, and then I don't know what she does in the fall, but
Stanley Boyd might be a team to look out for.
You go back to what Stanley Boyd's football team was, Larry, very fast. You got
Yes.
Marr and a few of those guys on the outside, and these guys are showing up in track, and I think they are going to have an outstanding track program this year. I believe.
I think
So,
you're right.
a
They
lot
took
of speed up there.
They took first for the boys and girls up at that Aliva Strum early
Mr.
bird.
Marr was probably the fastest kid in the Glory Bell Conference last year. So.
Yeah, he won both the 100 and 200.
Yeah. So,
Up
I
there.
think you're going to see a lot of that all year.
I think
round,
you're
too.
right. I think
So-
you're right. All right, so that's the spring sports season. It's slowly starting to get going here.
I think as the weather keeps going, and we starting to see temperatures 60s, maybe even a 70 here. I said it's just going to explode, and hopefully, there's not too many rainouts or whatever.
Right,
But,
yeah.
our Splinter League kids get
Yeah.
started Saturday,
Yeah.
so it looks like a goal for everybody there too. So
Yeah, so it's going to be fun. Going to be fun. All right, before we get into any more here on the show, let's get where are they now? Because you had one you were chomping at the bit to get to here today.
I stumbled on this. Well,
All
I
right.
stumbled on most of them. But I'll talk about Kylie Hebert. And Kylie is a 2012 graduate of Spencer High School. She was a 4-year letter winner on the Rocket volleyball team. Her freshman year, the Rockets were 12-14, losing to Owen Withey in the regionals. Her sophomore year, the Rockets were 20-7, losing to Colby in the regionals. And her junior year, the Rockets were 29-8, losing to Auburndale in the regionals. That year, Kylie was an honorable mention choice on the Clover Belt East All-Conference team. Her senior year, the Rockets were 34-8. They were regional and sectional champions, qualifying for the WIA D3 state tournament, where they defeated Grantsburg 3-2 in the semifinals before losing to Utzberg 3-2 in the finals. Kylie was a second-team All-Conference choice that year. In the winter, Kylie was a 4-year letter winner on the Rockets girls basketball team. Her freshman year, the Rockets were 10-11, losing to Owen Withy in the regionals. Kylie averaged 3 points per game that year. Her sophomore year, the Rockets were 16-8, losing to Neilsville in the regionals. Kylie averaged 5.2 points per game that year. Her junior year, the Rockets were 20-4, losing to Prentice in the regional finals. Kylie averaged 8.7 points per game and was named second-team All-Conference in the Clover Belt East. Her senior year, the Rockets were 18-7, losing to Regis in the regional finals. Kylie averaged 9.8 points per game and was named second-team All-Conference in the Clover Belt East. In the spring, Kylie was a 4-year letter winner on the Rockets track team, participating in the long jump, the high jump, and triple jump. Her junior year, she was Clover Belt East champion in all 3 events and a sectional qualifier in all 3 events. Her senior year, she was again conference champ in all 3 events and a sectional qualifier in all 3 events. After graduation, Kylie enrolled at UW Stout and joined the Blue Devil women's basketball program. Her freshman year, Stout was 10-15. Kylie averaged 5.6 points per game. Her sophomore year, the Blue Devils were 11-15. Kylie averaged 10.8 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Her junior year, Stout was 6-19 on the season. Kylie averaged 9 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, and was team captain. Her senior year, the Blue Devils were 10-16 on the season. Kylie averaged 11.2 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists per game. Kylie that year was named team captain and was named first team All-WIAC. For a career at Stout, Kylie scored 821 points and had 235 assists. Kylie graduated from UW Stout in 2017 with a degree in real estate management, and today is a real estate agent in the Eau Claire and Menominee area. And also, since she finished playing in 2016, she has been part of the Stout women's basketball coaching staff, where she has helped coach 16 All-WIAC selections and 4 WIAC All-Defensive team members. And in the classroom, the Blue Devils have had 91 WIAC Scholastic Honor Roll members and 5 Academic All-District selections. Kylie Hebert Fanning and her husband Brandon, who's a teacher in the Eau Claire School District and is the head girls basketball coach at Eau Claire Memorial, reside in Eau Claire. So Kylie Hebert, Larry.
There you go.
Yeah. Longtime staff member up at. I didn't realize how long she'd been on the staff at Eau Claire at Stout. So,
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Good stuff.
yeah,
Good stuff. Always neat to see where these kids end up
and where they finish. And
and just to remember them. I mean, some of these you forget about
easily
when you get back there in the day. All right. Well, there was some big basketball tournaments held this past week.
Yeah. It's, which one was bigger? I don't know. But anyway, you go last Saturday, South Carolina. Sunday, South Carolina finishes a undefeated season, winning the women's championship, their 3rd overall by defeating Iowa. And then Monday night, UConn goes back-to-back, defeating Purdue 75-60. So both good tournaments.
Yeah.
But the big thing I've been reading about is the viewership. The game Sunday, Larry. The girls' game drew 18.9 million viewers, and versus 14.8 million on Monday night. So,
oh, really? I didn't even see the numbers for Monday night. Wow!
But that 18.9 million is the most viewed basketball game anywhere in the last 5 years.
Yeah. Wow.
And in the last college basketball game to beat 18.9 million. And I kind of laughed when I see that, but it was the 2015 NCAA semifinal between Wisconsin and Kentucky.
Okay.
That Wisconsin ended Kentucky's perfect season.
Right. Well, that was probably, the Badgers draw well even on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said that's probably the big thing right there.
Right.
You got the whole state of Wisconsin there. So, but
and Iowa too.
Yeah. But
didn't hurt with Caitlin Clark.
I think and this whole thing is Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
right. Absolutely. But I think it also showed what a quality women basketball is in the United States. It is excellent.
My son said, I think I know more people on college basketball for women than I do for men.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, you look at it,
and they stay 4 years too.
Right? Because you remember them more because they stay around. I mean, some of these men, they go out for freshmen and they're gone.
And this week is the WNBA draft, so he pretty given who's going to be the first pick there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's going to be some pretty good picks on that top.
Absolutely.
There's some good players coming out of college.
Indiana has the first pick, and it's pretty much given. But you look at that 6'7" girl from South Carolina. She's going to go. Reese is up there. Just a whole lot of talent. Just in it was in the last 8 games or whatever.
Right.
But so.
Yeah. So and then the men's NCAA championship. Purdue hung around for a little while, but then Connecticut showed why they're the champs.
The big guy had a heck of a game, though.
Yeah,
37-point game, which I thought I didn't know how he could handle that athleticism of Kentucky, but
Connecticut,
excuse me, but
Kentucky on your head.
I picked Kentucky.
It don't matter. They still lost.
I'm still whining about that.
They still lost.
But anyway, Connecticut was the best team in the country. There are no ifs, ands, or whatever about it.
Yeah, they were good.
But speaking of Wisconsin basketball, Coach Bo Ryan was elected to the Naismith Hall of Fame last week. So
Congratulations to him.
And it's tremendous. You look at his record overall, and he got to Wisconsin in 1976, Larry, assisting at UW-Madison for Bill Cofield and Steve Yoder.
Oh, okay, sure.
For 8 years. But then he went to Platteville, 8 WIAC championships and 4 NCAA D3s there. And then he was at UW in Milwaukee for 2 years.
Yeah, I did not realize that. I thought he came right out of Platteville.
No, he had back-to-back winning seasons, and that was the first time UW-Emmett had back-to-back winning seasons in a decade.
Oh, wow.
And that was, and the last time they had him was they were in NCAA 2.
Oh, jeez.
But then he went to the Badgers, and 2001 to 2015, 364 wins, 14 NCAA appearances, 2 Final Fours, 1 championship game, and 4 Big Ten championships. Wow, just.
Yeah, he had quite a career.
Yeah, in a school.
No matter where he went.
And a school that was not known for basketball.
No, until he came. Yeah, he did a tremendous job.
Yeah.
He is going to the Hall of Fame, and another Hall of Fame coach is leaving the NCAA.
Tara Vandermeer, 40 years at Stanford. So, and on that note,
the winningest coach in NCAA.
Coach. But I came across this yesterday. Kevin Borseth, who has been the head girls basketball coach in 2 different stints at UW Green Bay. He was at UW Green Bay from 1998 to 2007.
Okay.
Then he went to Michigan for 5 years, and then came back to UW Green Bay in 2012, and now to 2024. And he is retiring after 37 seasons in coaching. He's almost 70 years old.
Oh, wow.
But he has his career, 821 wins and 316 losses. And the only active coaches with more wins, well, Tara Vandermeer was on that list, but of course she's retired. Gino Auriemma from Connecticut.
Yep.
Lisa Bluter from Iowa. Joe Foley from Little Rock, and Wes Moore from North Carolina State.
Wow.
And
pretty good competition,
yeah,
or
a lot of,
company there.
Yeah. But UW Green Bay has always been an excellent women's basketball.
Yes, they have. Yeah. And he did his part in turning that program around, too.
Absolutely. So we've had some pretty good coaches here in Wisconsin.
Yes, we have. All right, the Milwaukee Bucks clinched the playoff spot.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, they had an MRI on Giannis's calf, and it's not
no
an Achilles
damage. So hopefully everything is all right.
Well, I kept clicking on ESPN just to see if there was going to be a breaking news come up saying that he ruptured his Achilles, but it never came.
The big thing, I think, Larry, is the Bucks are struggling.
And I don't know why.
I
can't figure it out.
It's not injury related or whatever. They are losing the teams. They have no bit. They went out to Washington and lost. Washington has 14 wins on the season. My goodness.
Well, then they lost to Toronto, who had just lost 15 in a row.
Yeah, at home. Yeah, I said. So I don't know what to make of this.
I'm just hoping they're resting for the playoffs.
I hope so. I hope they turn it on. I hope they do. So.
Yeah, but all the teams are set to go as far as the playoffs are concerned. It's just a matter now is the seeding.
Yeah.
Because I know in the East, once you go from 2 down to 6, there ain't many games between the teams.
No.
There could be some jockeying for position here.
Bit there,
There's only, I think, 4 games left for the Bucks.
Yeah.
2 of them are against Orlando.
Yeah.
So see how that works.
We'll see. Hopefully they get everything together. For a good playoff. They have had the Celtics numbered this year pretty well.
Yeah.
But You know, the Celtics to me are still the best team, but the West is wide open. This
Yeah,
year,
it is.
too.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some teams in the threat. You know, Philadelphia's got Embiid back now, so that might be something to watch too there too. So.
Yeah, actually, they're getting healthy. They got a
Yeah.
bunch of players that are coming back at the right time.
You bet.
You know, and Embiid, it's almost like getting a free agent here because he hasn't been
absolutely.
around for a while.
Absolutely. You know, so.
And one of the big stories that came across yesterday was the Packers are going to open up the season in
Yes.
Brazil
Yeah, on a Friday night.
on a Friday night.
Yeah, so.
I said we're going to be in competition with Wayne Larrivee.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, he's got 107.5, and we're on 92.7.
Yeah, we'll be doing a high school game.
We'll see. And people are going to, because the game's on Peacock.
Right, it's going to be streamed only on
So,
Peacock.
so 107.5 is going to be the major place to listen. But yeah, you're in direct competition with that's about week 3 of the high school football season. So,
Right.
So,
It's about time they get in the conference
you
season.
bet. Absolutely. First week of conference play.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll
So-
be interesting, but that's good. And it's Eagles home game, so the Packers are not losing a home game here.
No,
so,
no. I have not heard a time. It just says
don't know.
Friday night, September 6th. But
Yeah, and I don't even know what time zone Brazil is in. So
no, I don't know either. But it's the first time the NFL has played a game on Friday night of the opening weekend in over 50 years.
okay, so I would have it
Early 70s is
early
when they-
70s. Yeah,
last
I
time.
don't remember that one either. So
No, I don't remember them ever doing Friday night
no,
games.
it was always in the 70s. It was the big thing was Sunday night, not even Sunday night, but
No.
Sunday and Monday night.
Monday night,
Monday
right.
night was the big night.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, us kids, we got to stay up for Howard Cosell's halftime highlights, and we had to go to bed.
if we got that, if we got that late,
Yeah,
all depend on how the game went.
yeah, because in those days they started at 8:00.
Right.
So the halftime highlights was like 9:30.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so-
at least that time. Yeah.
So.
So now the big thing is the talk is, are they going to go for Friday games more?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I've heard some analysts say that that's one thing the NFL has not tried to compete with is Friday night high school
So
football.
Yeah, and and
College has.
college has tried. College has tried every night of the week.
Right. Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Well, and ESPN has been a factor.
Right.
And it's been great for the middle, the smaller colleges because they
Yeah.
put them on TV, national TV, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night games. That's fine. I think you got to leave the Friday nights to the high school kids. I really honestly
think you
believe
do,
that,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I said, for a long time, NASCAR. Okay, I had people. How can you compare NASCAR and football? But NASCAR always stayed away from like Friday and Saturday night racing because they were giving respect to the small dirt tracks.
Right,
and,
right, yep.
Instead of having their show on TV. Well, that's money changes everything, but Friday night lights in the United States is a big thing
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
every state in the union. So,
Yeah. So hopefully the NFL doesn't.
yeah.
I know they've, the college, the Badgers, I think, played a Friday night
Yes, they
one
did.
time a few years back.
Yeah, that was during the pandemic year.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just tough.
Well, yeah, they're doing that too, So
It's just
I
tough
don't-
when, in high school, you want to watch a high school game and then the Packers are on.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, it's going to be on Peacock, so
yeah, that changes. Yeah,
not everybody's got that.
Yeah, so we'll have Coach Gay giving us scores.
Yes,
so.
yes. The Masters getting underway today. Tiger's back in the
Tiger's
field.
back in it.
Hopefully he can stick around for the whole weekend.
It would be great if he could make the cut.
Yeah.
I think if he made the cut and was within a viewing distance on Sunday, where maybe he was one of the ones that coming down maybe one of the last 5-6 foursomes, I think that would be a win for Tiger.
And there's your viewership
Yeah.
right there.
And the Masters is one that does not follow Tiger around. They don't adhere to that. What's on the course is what the TV networks are supposed to follow. So,
Okay, all right. Well,
so
Scotty Scheffler is the odds-on favorite.
should be.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
He's been playing pretty well.
But there's any name could pop up here. You
Yep.
know. So, best time of the year.
You bet.
Masters. So
Yeah.
So
All right. That'll do it for this week on Two Guys on Sports. We thank again Sydney Magnuson for joining us today.
What a fantastic story. It's
You
just
bet.
great to have her in the studio. So
All right. That's Two Guys on Sports for this week. I'm Larry Hazer.
I'm Dick Olson.
We'll talk to you again next week.
Yeah.